going to do an isopod bin update. The one on the right was set up this May, and the one on the left was set up in May of last year. And the one on the right, we've got about, an 1.5 to 2 inch of substrate in here. And over here, you can see there's twice that much. The original substrate's down here, and all the rest of this layer is frass, otherwise known as isopoop. So here we have all kinds of moss and leaves, and we have these, there's a couple guys, sycamore bark pieces. There's some cuttlebone. There's some more isopods down in there. There's probably about 50 or 60 isopods in there. And so that's what that looks like as a brand new setup. Here's what a similar setup looks like a year later. Wow. As you can see, they've really eaten the heck out of the moss. Let me see if I can push my way up here, get some more light. And the leaves, this is all skeletal. They've just eaten it all down. The lighting's not very good, so it's kind of hard to tell. But you can see the skeleton that they've made out of the moss down there. And then there's all of these guys. Tons and tons and tons of zebras down under this moss. I do add a little fresh moss occasionally too, but they just snack it right down. But this, I haven't taken out any of these. This was what was in there originally. And then they all climb up in there. These leaves are actually newer. I think these are sycamores too. I'm going to have to double check with my friend who gave me these. These came from Missouri. But everything else, all the hardwood leaves that I've given them, they have eaten. Not sure what these are either, but this is a popular leaf that I'm using right now. And they're just munching everything. Here's what's left of a jumbo size piece of soft cuttlebone. And this probably was put in a couple weeks ago, and they have just destroyed it. And then they like to stay under that, so I'll probably go ahead and leave that in there. And here's the bark that I usually use. Cork bark, that is. So there's cork. Again, tons and tons and tons and tons of isopods in here. And so it is time to split this bin. Well beyond time, actually. I should have done it a couple months ago, but we had all the COVID things going on, so I had other things on my mind than splitting bins. But it is absolutely time to do that. And what I'll do is I'll set up a completely new tub, and I will take out all of the adults that I can get and put them in a new bin with new substrate and new leaves, and just start over completely new, like I did with the one I just showed there, that I set up this couple weeks ago, 1 week ago. And then the rest of this I will scoop out and put into probably about a 6-quart Sterilite, because there's little babies down in there, and we do not want to lose them. The rest will be left in here in this main bin, and I'll add in some more bark and moss and some leaves. I won't make it quite as nice as the last one. This one over here, the original the way it was, because my goal is to have those guys come up out of the substrate so I can collect them all up and put them in the main bin with the rest of them. But there's so many in here that they're gonna wind up being put into 2 bins anyway. That, and I need to do a pick through so I can take out chocolates. I've already done removed most of the oddballs and the Dalmatians, and have put them in separate bins. So, and these guys, they don't have a shell, so they do get fed on the substrate. But that's where we're at. This is what it looks like a year later.